This video production is brought to you by Pack and Away Mobile Storage. We bring the storage unit to your door, pack it at your place, and store it at ours. Pack and Away Storage is a division of Highway Number 1 Self-Storage. We are proud supporters of the Number 2 NLSA Sprint Car and Number 20X Modified.
All right, here's the lineup for your late model division rolling onto the Speedway. Starting on the pole, this driver is out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, and he drives the Forks' finest auto body and car wash, Italian Moon Victory Circle. The 11 is Troy Schill. Outside of row number 1 in the second starting position, this is the Allied Roofing Derek's Heavy Truck Parts Avonlea 7W, two-time Wizota National Champion Ricky Weiss. Inside of row number 2 out of Winnipeg, the Silmac Imrie Demolition Miller Racing Engines number 10 is Mike Balkin. On the outside, the 12S out of Grand Forks, sponsored by Nestle and Bergstrom Electric. The 12S is Brad Singh. Inside row number 3 in the 5th starting position, the Avonlea 5E is Shane Edgington. And outside Shane, the 71S out of Hallock, Minnesota. This is Stefan Snare in the Sportsman's Lodge 71S. Inside row number 4, the Viert Landscaping 88 is Paul Viert. And outside the Fawcett Auto Body number 71 is Rick Fawcett. Inside row number 5 in the 9th starting position, the 8D is Dwayne Rector. And outside the 9, sponsored by Winnipeg Dodge and Winnipeg Collision Center, this is Walt Morris. And rounding out the field in the freehearingtest.ca, Emerson Duty Free, Lucas Oil Products 2M, this is Bill Mooney. All right, so getting ready to go here in the late model division with 20 laps on the board. Total of 11 late models scheduled to start this one. We'll see if Mooney has fixed his carburation woes. Green flag is out. Here we go. Ricky Weiss to the top of the racetrack. Troy Schill battling with Balkin. Balkin gets sideways. Singh goes by. Great racing. So your leader is Weiss, followed by Schill, Singh, and Balkin. 5th spot is Edgington, then Viert and Snare. Snare now slides past Viert. The Todd's Electric number 71 with a nifty move in turn 3 and 4. How about this? Troy Schill now giving the 7Ws trouble. Yellow flag is out. Walt Morris at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Well, a great race developing between the 11 and the 7W, and we're going to go back a lap now. Walt Morris brings out the yellow flag at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2 in the Winnipeg Dodge Winnipeg Collision Center number 9. Late models must weigh 2,350 pounds. Very lightweight, purpose-built race cars. About 650 to 750 horsepower. So they go like heck, no doubt about it. All right, so 18 laps remain. Ricky Weiss will be your leader at the restart, followed by the Forks' finest auto body and car wash, Italian Moon 11 car. That's Troy Schill out of Grand Forks. Then it's the 10 of Mike Balkin, we believe. We're going to just do a lineup check here. Okay, the 12 is in front of the 10, so Balkin will go to 4th. All right, so Delaware-style restart, I do believe, and there it is. Yep, Troy Schill picks the inside of row number 2. He is in 2nd spot, so he has that right. He pushes Brad Singh to the outside of row number 2. Mike Balkin and Shane Edgington in row 3. Ricky Weiss is getting ready to pick up the throttle, and here we go, late model racing. Schill with a great run on the bottom of turn number 1 and 2, and he's alongside Weiss. Look at that race. A pair of victory circles battling. Actually, victory circles in 1, 2, and 3 positions now. The MB Custom in 4th. Troy Schill doing a masterful job in the Forks Finest Auto Body 11 car. Balkan now coming up to join Ricky Weiss in a battle. Balkan's car working very well on the bottom, as is Schill's. Weiss staying to the top of the racetrack. Weiss slides up a little bit, the door's open, and Balkan's there. Mike Balkan now battling with the 7W. What a race developing there. Mike Balkan now slides up in the corner. And Ricky Weiss gets into him. Mike Balkan is stopped at the bottom of turn 4. What a race between Ricky Weiss and Mike Balkan, and well, Balkan turned the wrong way. That one's going to be interesting. All right, still awaiting the official call here. While Mike Balkan thinks he knows what it should be. But Ricky Weiss trying to take back the second spot. All right. 15 laps remain on the Pepsi board. All right, here's the call, ladies and gentlemen. The caution is going to the 7W. Well, Ricky Weiss isn't going to like that one, but he's going to the back for his trouble. Those types of calls, very, very tough to make. Big Day Media supplying the replays up here, and Ricky Weiss going to the back. Mike Balkan will get his spot back. That'll be in the second spot. So right behind your leader, Troy Schill, is now Mike Balkan. All right, get this, ladies and gentlemen. Going into tonight's late model feature, you know that tonight is the end of the points for 2012 here. Well, Ricky Weiss and Mike Balkan are deadlocked going into the feature in points. And now Ricky's got to start at the back. Mike Balkan starts second. So basically, whoever beats the other guy in this one is going to be your points champion at Red River Co-op Speedway. So Ricky Weiss has got a heck of a job in front of him here. But as a two-time Wazota National champion, you know he's going to work his way up to the front as much as he can. So we've got Troy Schill in the lead out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Then Mike Balkan in row 2 alongside the Hallock, Minnesota native. That's Stefan Snare in the 71. Brad Sang in the Nestle Bergstrom Electric 12S is in row number 3 on the inside. Edgington right beside him. So we're going racing. Let's keep our eyes on the late models. Here we go. Weiss coming through the pack already. Bill Mooney's car functioning good now. And he's up to the 6th spot. Weiss to the top of the racetrack. He gets around Mooney now. Heads up on the front straightaway. Ricky Weiss now battling on the top side of the track. What a job he's doing. Your leader still Troy Schill doing a nice smooth job. Balkin is second. In the 3rd spot, of course, Brad Singh, the Nestle Bergstrom Electric 12S. Ricky Weiss currently 6th. Mike Balkin trying to gain some ground on the 11 car of Troy Schill. Ricky Weiss almost a half a lap back. What a finish to the 2012 late model season. Seven laps remain now. Yellow flag is out on the speedway. Walt Morris spins in turn number 4. Well, this is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about the points battle between Ricky Weiss and Mike Balkin. Weiss was about a half a lap back from Balkin, but now these drivers will have the opportunity to go nose to tail. And this is going to be nothing but a thrilling finish here in the late model division. Balkin and Weiss tied for points going in to this particular feature, the last points feature for Red River Co-op Speedway points in 2012. How many of you think Troy Schill's going to hang on and win this one? How many of you think Mike Balkin's going to win this race? How many of you think Ricky Weiss is going to pass Mike Balkin? Well, the opportunity is certainly there for the 2-time Wazota National Champion. Weiss now just a couple of rows back from the 10 car with 9 laps on the Pepsi board. Wow. Getting set to go racing in the late model division. Here we go. Balkin battling with the 12S of Brad Singh. Singh in the MB Custom chassis. Flying out here now, putting some heat on the 11 of Troy Schill. Ricky Weiss now just 2 cars from Mike Balkin. Balkin to the bottom of turn 3 and 4. Singh chooses a little higher line. While looking at our transponder system, Mike Balkin just slightly faster right now than Ricky Weiss. Yellow flag is on the racetrack, heads up in turn number 4. Well, another yellow flag restart. Well, the late models racing in the 19-second lap time range, and once again, opportunity presents itself for the Derek's Heavy Truck Parts 7W. Just a couple of cars back from the Silmac Emery Demolition Miller Racing Engines 10 car of Mike Balkin. A long season of racing, and it's all coming down to the next 6 laps for the championship. All right, so Troy Schill will be on the point on this restart in the victory circle number 11. The 10 and the 12 paired together in row 2. And in row 3, of course, the 71 and the 7 of Ricky Weiss. Ricky can look out over his nose cone and see the back end of the 10 car now. It's that close. 14 laps in the books. 6 very important laps remain here in the late model division as we get set to go racing here for the Winnipeg Free Press. We're racing, here we go. Ricky Weiss now on the tail end of Mike Balkin. Five laps remain now. 15 down, 5 to go. Ricky Weiss looking at the fuel cell of Mike Balkin down the back straightaway, but Balkin appears to be getting away just a little bit. Your leader, Troy Schill, at a turn 4, followed by Singh. Both of those drivers out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Just 4 more laps remain here in your late model feature. And Ricky Weiss is losing ground on the 10 car. Just 2 more circuits remain of the big 4/10 of a mile oval, and right now it appears Mike Balkin might have the 7W covered. White flag is out, 1 to go. Balkin in 3rd, Ricky Weiss in 4th. Well, coming out of the corner now, checkered flag is waving. Your winner out of Grand Forks, Troy Schill, followed by Sang, Balkin, and Weiss, Ricky Weiss. 1 point short here of the championship at Red River Co-op Speedway. A race win will pay you 35 points. Second place is 33. Third is 32, and it goes down 1 from there. In other words, Ricky Weiss with 1 point less than Mike Balkin and being tied going into that race. It appears your Red River Co-op Speedway points champion in the late model division for 2012 will be Mike Balkin. All right, up here with me, Midwest Modified driver Brody Dobson, driving the car number 54. Well, a pretty good night for you. Unfortunately, the 44 gets around and